Hello students, how are you? Students, yesterday I explained second part of the lesson, and in that part I was telling you that the narrator and the persons who were in the ship prepared themselves with whatever they had that time to face the impending disaster. Now I am going to explain next part of the lesson. The first indication of impending disaster came at about 6 p.m. with an ominous silence. Narrator is saying that the first indication of the sudden disaster was seen at near about 6 p.m. because an evil silence was spread in the atmosphere. The wind dropped and the sky immediately grew dark. Wind stopped. The speed of the wind became slow. Wind started moving with slow speed and sky grew dark with a thing like cloud. Then came a growing roar and an enormous cloud towered aft of the ship. After that growing roar, the narrator heard the growing roar, and he saw a thing like a huge cloud which was about to cover the ship. With horror I realized that it was not a cloud but a wave like no other I had ever seen. When writer looked towards the thing like cloud, he realized that it was not a cloud. It was the huge wave. It was the huge wave like other waves. And the size of that wave was twice the size of other waves, which the writer had never seen in his entire life. That is why the narrator was horrified. It appeared perfectly vertical and almost twice the height of the other waves with a frightful breaking crest. And that wave was just at the vertical position of the ship, just above the ship, just at the 90-degree angle of the ship, and it was the height of the wave. That wave was twice of the height of other waves, and it was producing growing sound. It was producing a roaring sound, growing roar. The roar increased to a thunder as the stern moved up the face to the wave, and for a moment I thought we might ride over it. The roar of the wave was increased to a thunder. The thunder sound started being produced. Instead of roaring sound, the thunderous sound started being produced when the wave struck the stern. When the wave struck the stern, the writer thought that the ship might ride on the wave. But then a tremendous explosion shook the deck. But the ship did not ride on the wave, and a tremendous explosion, huge explosion, shook the deck of the ship, shook the roof of the ship. A torrent of green and white water broke over the ship. A shower of green and white water broke over the ship, means the ship was being drowned under the wave. That is why water was entering into the ship. My head smashed into the wheel, and I was aware of flying overboard and sinking below the waves. The narrator is saying that his head was crushed into the steering of the ship because he was just in between the wave and the ship. The ship was drowned and writer was in between the wave and ship, and he was aware of flying overboard. He was aware of flying overboard over the ship, means his position was just above the ship and under the wave. In between, the position was in between wave and the ship. He was completely drowned. And he was sinking, and while he was in between the wave and the ship, he accepted his approaching death. He considered that he was about to die. His end was near. And as I was losing consciousness, I felt quite peaceful. The narrator is saying, while he was losing his consciousness, he was feeling quiet. He was very quietful. He felt peaceful. He felt himself peaceful. Means the narrator want to say that when the person is alive, he had to struggle to live his life. And when the person dies, then peaceful atmosphere is created. That time the person's state is quite peaceful. Writer want to say that the life is struggle. The life is struggle, and the peace is only death. The person who wants to live peacefully, it means he wants to die, because peace cannot be achieved in the life. If we want to live, then we have to do a struggle for our life. We should not lose courage, even in the direct situation. We should try to overcome of the adversity courageously. Unexpectedly, my head popped out of the waves. A few meters away, wave walker was near capsizing, her mast almost horizontal. Unexpectedly, writer's head moved out of the water. When his head moved out of the water, then he saw at a distance wave walker, his ship, was lying in horizontal position. Then a wave hurled her upright. My lifeline jerked taut. I grabbed the guardrail and sailed through the air into the wave walker's main boom. And after few minutes, a wave hurled the ship upright in the vertical position. And when it was done, then the lifeline of the narrator, by which he was attached to the ship, was tight. And then he grabbed the guardrail of the ship and started sailing through the air into the main boom of the wave walker. He was not disconnected from the ship, because he attached himself to the ship with the help of the rope. And he sailed through the air into the main boom of wave walker. Subsequent waves tossed me around the deck like a rag doll. That is saying he was sailing into the air means the narrator was out of the wave, out of the water. His head was out of the water. That is why his upper part was in the air. That is why he is saying that he was sailing into the air. He was not completely out of ocean. His lower body part was in the ocean and upper body part was just above the wave. And he was sailing. While he was sailing, then the waves were throwing him like a rag doll, like a torn doll made of cloth and paper. My left ribs cracked, my mouth filled with blood and broken teeth. Narrator saying that his left rib was cracked. You know what is the rib? Rib is the cage of lungs and heart. And writer's left rib were cracked and his teeth were broken and his mouth was filled with blood. Somehow I found the wheel, lined up the stern for the next wave and hung on. But anyway, somehow the writer reached the steering of the ship and turned the stern towards the wave in order to face another wave. Stern, because why he moved the stern towards the wave, coming wave? Because stern is the hardest part of the ship. That is why the narrator moved the stern with the help of steering towards the coming waves. Now students, I think you will have understood this part, meaning of this part of the lesson, and I request you to read and write the explanation, and tomorrow I will explain next part of it. Thank you and have a nice day.